Okay. Let us take one more problem. Here we have to find the maxima and minima and then points of inflection and the regions where the function is concave up or concave down. So, the function is given as f of x equal to 3 divided by 4 x square minus 1 to the power 2 by 3. So, again some similar thing we have to do, look at the derivatives and so on. First of all, let us take the derivative, it is differentiable. So, we take f x equal to 3 by 4 x square minus 1 to the power 2 by 3. So, it is 2 by 3 is coming. So, there is a problem where it is 2 x by x square minus 1 to the power 1 by 3. At 1 and minus 1 there is a problem for derivative. Okay. It may not be differentiable at those points 1 or minus 1, that you have to check again. But now leaving those points, we have f prime x is equal to x into x square minus 1 to the power minus 1 by 3, or it looks x divided by x square minus 1 to the power 1 by 3. Okay. Now, the critical points are one is 0 when f prime x equal to 0, and the other 2 points are where f is not differentiable, that is at 1 and minus 1. So, we have critical points as minus 1, 0 and 1. So, at 0 it is differentiable, its value is 0 f prime x, other 2 points function is not differentiable. Okay. Now, we look for the sign of f prime x for having an idea about the maxima and minima. So, when x is less than minus 1, what happens to f prime? X is less than minus 1, this is negative and this becomes again. So, it gives you minus. Okay. So, this is negative for x less than minus 1 and it is positive from minus 1 to 0 and it is negative from 0 to 1 and it is positive for x bigger than 1. So, just see how it is going, or just take, instead of say at 1 you want to find out what happens to 0 to 1, you take 1 minus something instead of x, substitute and see that it gives you a negative quantity. Similarly, we find this is how it goes. So, at minus 1 it is changing sign, at 0 again it is changing sign, at 1 again it also changes sign, right. So, that means x minus 1, x equal to minus 1 is a local minimum, it changes from minus to plus and its minimum value is there, f at minus 1 equal to 0. So, 0 is a local minimum value, local minimum point is x equal to minus 1. At x equal to 0, it is changing sign from plus to minus, here plus to minus. So, it has a local maximum and f of 0, if you evaluate 0 here, you would get 3 by 4. Similarly, x equal to 1 is also a local minimum with its value as 0. So, we have now local minimum at minus 1 and 1 and the local maximum at 0. Okay. So, let us go for the second derivative. If you take the second derivative, you have to work it out. You would get in this form 1 by 3 x square minus 3 into x square minus 1 to the power minus 4 by 3. Of course, leaving the point 1 and minus 1 where it is not even differentiable. So, this becomes 0 at x equal to plus or minus 3 root 3, right, x square minus 3 equal to 0. So, that gives x equal to plus or minus root 3. So, these are possible points of inflection, we do not say it is point of inflection, because f double prime may or may not change sign at there, but that we have to discuss. Okay. So, what about the sign of f double prime x? If we take x is less than minus root 3, we have now 2 points minus root 3 and root 3. So, we will find that it is positive, positive for x less than minus root 3. X square minus 3 remains positive and this is also positive. Okay. So, that gives x is less than minus root 3, f double prime x is positive, and f double prime x is negative when x lies between minus root 3 and minus 1. Then we go for checking the sign of f double prime x from minus 1 to root 3 and root 3 onwards. So, it is also we have another point 1, right. We have local minimum points at 0 and minus 1 also. So, minus 1 to 1 it is again negative, and 1 to root 3 is also negative. We could have taken minus throughout this, but at 1 only it is not defined, right. F double prime x not defined at 1. That is why we have to break it into 2 intervals here, right. So, we cannot include x equal to 1 here, because at 1 it is not defined f double prime. So, it is negative for minus 1 to 1, negative for 1 to root 3 and positive for x greater than root 3. So, where do you find the point of inflection? It is changing sign at minus root 3, and then out of this it is changing sign at root 3 also, both of them are points of inflection. Now, the graph of f x is concave up on minus infinity to minus root 3, because f double prime is positive in this interval, and also it is positive on root 3 to infinity. So, both these intervals minus infinity to minus root 3 and root 3 to infinity, it is concave off. And what about the other intervals? It is changing sign where minus, it is minus from minus root 3 to root 3, right, minus root 3 to minus 1, minus 1 to 1, minus 1 to root 3. So, it is really minus from minus root 3 to root 3, except at the points minus 1 and 1. Okay. So, leaving those points, of course, it is better to break them. You will say that it is concave down on this minus root 3 to minus 1, it is concave down from minus 1 to 1, it is concave down from 1 to root 3. So, writing this way is misleading, it should not be. On these 3 intervals it is concave down, and at those points minus 1 and 1 f double prime is not defined. So, that one point really does not matter. From the curve you can see it is continuous. So, you would say that it is concave down on minus root 3 to root 3. Okay. Then the point of inflection are really both the minus root 3 and root 3 corresponds to points of inflection, because there is a change of sign. At minus root 3 it is changing, on the left side it is positive and on the right side it is negative. So, that is giving a point of inflection, and at root 3 also on the left side it is negative and on the right side it is positive. So, that is also a point of inflection. So, if we evaluate the function at root 3 and minus root 3, its value will be 3 into 4 to the power minus 2 by 3. So, this is these are the 2 points of inflection of the curve. Okay. So, this is fairly straightforward, but we have to only discuss and see what happens to f double prime and f prime, breaking to where they are becoming 0 and so on. Okay. So, let us take another problem where we are not given about the anything about f, but we are given that f prime x is this x minus 1 square x minus 2 into x minus 4. Okay. This is information about f prime. So, we want to find the local extrema for f x and the points of inflection for the graph of f x. Though f x is not given, but f prime x should give rise to f double prime x, and we should get the point of inflection from this, right. So, this will be true for any function whose derivative is equal to this. That is what the problem assumes. Okay, let us see whether that is going to be true. So, now we go for derivative of this. If you differentiate, you would get f double prime equal to 2 into x minus 1 into 2 x square minus 10 x plus 11. So, you have to really work it out. Now, it is a product. So, you would think of this as first and expand this, maybe that will be easier to apply instead of going for the 3 products. This is really x square and minus 6 x plus 8. So, if you differentiate, it is 2 into x minus 1 into x square minus 6 x plus 8 plus x minus 1 square into 2 x minus 6. So, if you simplify, you would get 2 into x minus 1 into 2 x square minus 10 x plus 11. Now, what about sign of f prime x? So, you know that if f prime x equal to 0, where it is at x equal to 1, at x equal to 2, at x equal to 4. So, 1, 2 and 4 are the critical points of this function f of x. So, for this f prime x we should have intervals now. So, thinking at minus infinity to 1, there is one interval, and another is from 1 to 2, another is from 2 to 4, and the last one is 4 to infinity. These are the intervals where we may think of computing the sign of f prime x. So, now directly you can also see, but you can find out infinity to minus 1 if you go, but it is square. So, that will not really matter, x minus 1 square. So, directly we can go from minus infinity to 2 instead of coming up to 1. If you come up to 1, of course, you will get the same result, same thing between minus infinity to 1 and then from 1 to 2. So, you will see that if x is smaller than 2, so this is anyway positive, and x minus 2 it is smaller than 2. So, x minus 2 will be negative, x minus 4 is negative. So, it is really positive, right. F prime x is positive on minus infinity to 2. So, you would say that f x is increasing on minus infinity to 2. Now, if you consider a point between 2 and 4, then you will see that this becomes negative, this is anyway positive. So, f prime becomes negative, therefore, f of x decreases on 2 to 4. Now, if x is bigger than 4, so this is everything is now positive. So, f prime x is positive, that is f of x increases on 4 to infinity. So, we have some idea about f from this information, that it is increasing on the interval minus infinity to 2, and 2 to 4 it decreases, and again 4 onwards it increases. Now, 2 was a critical point. So, since 2 is a critical point and we know that f x is increasing up to 2 and again decreases after 2. So, there is a local maximum, it is increasing to 2 and decreases after 2. So, there is a local maximum at x equal to 2, and similarly it is decreasing from 2 to 4 and from 4 again it is increasing. So, 4 is a local minimum point, there is a local minimum at x equal to 4. Now, looking at f double prime, we see that this is equal to 0 for x equal to 1, and you solve this quadratic, you would get 5 plus or minus root 3 by 2. So, there are 3 points where f double prime x equal to 0. So, that gives us again 4 intervals, right, minus infinity to 1, 1 to 5 plus 5 minus root 3 by 2, and then from there to 5 plus root 3 by 2, and from 5 plus root 3 by 2 onwards. Okay. So, now we look at the sign of f double prime x on minus infinity to 1. So, that is really negative, right, up to 1. So, it is smaller than 1, that gives it to be negative, and from 1 to 5 minus root 3 by 2 it is positive, and 5 minus root 3 by 2 to 5 plus root 3 by 2 it is negative, and 5 plus root 3 by 2 onwards it is positive. So, it is really changing sign at all these points. So, all these points are points of inflection, and something else it says it is minus on minus infinity to 1. So, there it is concave down, f of x is concave down, and it is also minus on this 5 minus root 3 by 2 to 5 plus root 3 by 2, there also it is concave down, right. And all other 2 intervals, it is 1 to 5 minus root 3 by 2, 5 minus root 3 by 2 onwards it is concave up, and these are the all the 3 are the points of inflection. Okay. So, now you can try how it will look like. Okay. So, we will try this problem now. It is just asking a simple question, is it true that all zeros of f double prime x are points of inflection? We know that it is not, right. wherever only there is change of sign, they are points of inflection. That is what we say. Suppose f double prime c equal to 0, if there is no change in sign of f double prime x while passing through x equal to c, that is to the immediate neighborhood of c, left neighborhood and the right neighborhood, if you see there is no change of sign, then it is not a point of inflection, otherwise it is. So, how do we give? Here is an example for that purpose. Suppose you take f x equal to x to the power 4, then f double prime x, we have seen this example. So, it is 12 x square. We know f double prime x is vanishing at x equal to 0, but it is positive on the left of x 0, it is also positive on the right of x equal to 0. So, x equal to 0 is not a point of inflection of f of x. Okay, so, we are getting another problem. We are given with a quadratic expression. So, suppose it is a function like f of x equal to a x square plus b x plus c, where a is not equal to 0, it is quadratic. So that it has no point of inflection, and a cubic has exactly one point of inflection. So, cubic means it would look something like a x cubed plus b x square plus c x plus d, where a is not equal to 0. So, cubic will have exactly one point of inflection. That is fairly easy if you try with these functions. So, suppose I take f x equal to x square plus b x plus c, where a is not 0, differentiate it twice, you would get f double prime x equal to 2a. Now, depending on the sign of a is non-zero, a is either positive or negative. So, f double prime x is either positive throughout or it is negative throughout for all x. Therefore, even if it is so, you will not get any point of inflection there, right. But either this curve is concave down or it is concave up. You know it is a parabola, either it will look this way or it would look this way. So, that is what it says, there is no point of inflection. Okay. Now, suppose you take a cubic a x cubed plus b x square plus c x plus d with a not equal to 0. Then you find that f double prime x equal to 6 a x plus 2 b. That gives x equal to minus b by 3a. So, it is a possibility that at this point there is a point of inflection at x equal to minus b by 3a. It shows that there is at most one point of inflection. But to show that there is exactly one point of inflection, you must see that f double prime x changes sign, right. It will have different sign for the all the points which are less than minus b by 3a than at the points which are bigger than minus b by 3a. That has to be checked. Okay. So, suppose a is greater than 0, then f double prime x changes sign from minus to plus at x equal to minus b by 3a. Just find from f double prime x, which is 6 x plus 2b. So, if x is smaller than minus b by 3a, this becomes negative because a is greater than 0, and if x is bigger than minus b by 3a, this becomes positive. So, f double prime x changes sign from minus to plus. So, there is a point of inflection at that point. Similarly, if f is less than 0, f double prime x changes sign from positive to negative at x equal to minus b by 3a. So, in this case also it is a point of inflection. In any case, you would say that it has a point of inflection at minus b by 3a. Okay. So, now there is some extra information here. It says that f prime x exists everywhere, so that there exists a tangent at x equal to minus b by 3a. That is to be checked everywhere, because our definition says point of inflection means there should be a tangent and there should be a change of sign. Okay. So, that is clear here. Therefore, x equal to b minus b by 3a is the only point of inflection. Okay. So, let us stop here.